Real Madrid is no longer a Real Madrid. It's Mbappe's Madrid. Week after week, he's rewriting history, turning La Liga into his personal playground and forcing comparisons to Cristiano Ronaldo at his peak. But this isn't just about goals. Behind the monster numbers. Last night in the Champions League, Kylian Mbappé didn't just play, he dominated. 2 goals, player of the match, and the kind of performance that makes defenders question why they even stepped onto the pitch. And it's not an isolated moment. Just days before in La Liga, he delivered a breathtaking assist to Arda Güler, reminding everyone that he's not only a ruthless scorer, but also a creator who can bend games to his will. Madridistas are asking the question out loud, are we witnessing the rise of another dynasty? Because with every match, Mbappé is turning Real Madrid into his personal kingdom. 47 goals in just 62 matches. That's not form. That's domination. Mbappé has already made La Liga his playground, and Madridistas know it. Every weekend feels like another record being shattered, another page of history rewritten. This season, he's been the man to open the scoring in La Liga. That's not luck, it's authority. It's the kind of presence that decides games before the opponent even settles in. He has scored in every single game this season, and the comparisons? They're inevitable. Madrid hasn't seen this kind of relentless scoring machine since Cristiano Ronaldo in 2014-15, when the Portuguese star netted 19 goals in a row. Mbappé isn't there yet, but the path looks eerily familiar. In the stands, the chants have already started. CR7 mode. For Madrid, it's no longer just about a striker finding goals. It's about a player transforming the identity of the club itself. 12 of the last 15 league goals have come from his boots. The rest of the squad? Reduced to cameos while Mbappé writes the headlines. This isn't a streak, this is a takeover. Just months ago, Mbappé looked nothing like the predator we see today. After the World Cup, a sudden bout of food poisoning left him drained, frail, and over 6 kilos lighter. Photos from the gym shocked fans. His frame looked gaunt, his energy depleted. For most players, that kind of setback would take months to recover from. But Mbappé is not most players. He treated weakness as fuel. During his vacation while others rested, he followed a custom program designed by Madrid's staff. But he didn't stop there. He added his own twist. Tennis, paddle, outdoor sprint drills, relentless sessions to rebuild himself from scratch. When he returned, the difference was unmistakable. Not only had he regained the lost weight, he had transformed it into pure muscle. 4 extra kilos of strength layered onto a body already built for speed. His lower body looked sharper, his runs more explosive, his finishes more lethal. Even Xabi Alonso couldn't hide his excitement. "I love seeing him in this kind of shape," he admitted, and it showed. 12 goals in 7 league matches followed, each one a reminder that we weren't just seeing a forward in form. We were seeing the rebirth of a machine. Mbappé had turned a crisis into evolution. Last season, Madrid often felt like a storm without direction. Chaotic pressing, isolated dribbles, and long spells of frustration, where everything depended on individual magic. Fans knew the truth. The club had the talent, but not the structure. Then came Xabi Alonso. In just weeks, he imposed a new order. Compact lines, collective pressing, intelligent possession. For the first time in years, Madrid looked like a team that hunted together, recovered quickly, and suffocated opponents from the opening whistle. And at the heart of this system, Mbappé. But not as the pure striker many expected. Alonso reshaped him into a hybrid. Part finisher, part creator, operating in that dangerous space between a number 9 and a number 10. Instead of waiting for service, Mbappé dropped deeper, linked play, and then exploded into the box with lethal timing. It was the missing puzzle piece. His movement dragged defenders out, created gaps for Güler, Vinicius, and Bellingham, and gave Alonso the tactical freedom to experiment. The Mbappé that PSG once struggled to fit into their system suddenly became the very system itself at Madrid. This wasn't just evolution, it was Madrid's identity being rewritten in real time. For all of Mbappé's brilliance, Xabi Alonso made one thing clear from the start. No one is untouchable. Not even the stars who defined Madrid's recent years. Against Oviedo, Alonso shocked everyone with 4 big changes to the lineup. Dani Carvajal returned from injury and immediately brought stability down the right, giving Trent Alexander-Arnold a much-needed rest. In defense, Antonio Rudiger stepped in for Militão and looked like a wall no one could break through. But the real surprise came further up the pitch. Franco Mastantuono, barely old enough to buy a drink, was thrown straight into the starting 11 just 9 days after his first training session. No easing in, no protective minutes. Xabi trusted him with responsibility right away. And he delivered. Meanwhile, Brahim Diaz stayed on the bench, and Rodrigo was rotated in at ahead of Vinicius. It wasn't about punishing anyone. It was Alonso's way of reminding the squad that performance, not reputation, dictates minutes. When the team sheet came out, the stadium froze. Vinicius Jr. on the bench. For a player who hadn't missed a starting spot since September 2024, it felt unthinkable. Madridistas held their breath, critics sharpened their words, and rival fans smelled blood. But when Vinny finally stepped onto the pitch, chaos followed. At first, nerves showed. His touches weren't as sharp, his rhythm wasn't there. But then, in the 83rd minute, everything changed. Aurelien Tchouameni pressed high, won the ball, and Vinicius pounced. A burst of acceleration, a perfect pass across goal, and Mbappé finished the move with cold precision. From there, Vinny turned into the player the world knows. Fearless, electric, impossible to ignore. His dribbles carved open defenders, his fire unsettled the referee, and his emotions spilled over when he was booked for simulation. Cameras caught him shouting, Mbappé covering his mouth to calm him down, and even teammates stepping in to ease the tension. And then came the statement only Vinny could make. A goal, an assist, and a post on social media mocking rival fans with a defiant caption, "I'm like this." In half an hour, he showed both sides of him. 12 months ago, Madrid felt fragile. Matches were roller coasters, moments of brilliance buried under waves of chaos. The midfield often looked lost, the defense exposed, and fans lived with constant tension that their team might collapse at any second. Fast forward to now, and the transformation is undeniable. Under Xabi Alonso, Madrid is compact, disciplined, and relentless. The pressing starts from the first whistle. The lines move as one, and every player knows their role. The chaos is gone, replaced by a machine that grinds opponents into frustration. At the center of it all is Kylian Mbappé. His goals aren't just numbers on a scoreboard, they're the foundation of a new identity. When opponents park the bus, he breaks it open. When the game slows, he accelerates it. When Madrid needs a leader, he steps forward. This isn't just a forward in form, it's the beating heart of a new Madrid empire. And around him, the pieces are falling into place. Vinicius bringing fire and unpredictability, Güler growing into a creative force, Mastantuono emerging without fear, and a defense that finally looks like it can withstand the toughest battles in Europe. Madrid is no longer surviving matches. Madrid is dictating them. This isn't just the story of a superstar arriving at Madrid. It's the story of a dynasty being built in front of our eyes. Mbappé has turned the Bernabeu into his stage, but he's not standing alone. Alonso's vision, Vinicius's fire, Güler's magic, Mastantuono's courage, they're all pieces of a puzzle coming together at the perfect time. And every match feels less like a season's chapter, and more like the opening pages of a new era. But here's the real question. Are we witnessing the birth of another Madrid empire? Or the calm before the next storm? One thing is certain. Football won't look away.